Okay, for all the videos I've been putting out today, this is the last one before I start to show that we've built all the tools necessary for me to convince you that we can run this town. It's really amazing where we're at. I've never seen anyone with it before. But I'm going to do this video because I want to make sure that you can keep this stuff in context mentally. There is a flow to ranking. There is a way to know if you're going to rank and a way to know if you're not. And so of all the things you have to pay attention to, we've machined everything right down to just the measurements you need to make. So here's what it is. Say you want to show up for coat versus jacket. Why would you want to show up for coat versus jacket? Because then you can put ads on the page for coats and jackets. Somebody who's looking, what is the difference between a coat and a jacket, may not be in the market. Somebody else who looks for what is coat versus jacket might not be in the market either. But another guy looks for what is coat versus jacket, he could be in the market. Okay? So if you can be in the top 10, right, that's 1,500 people who are going to see your listing. Okay, some percentage will click on you. If you want to say 200, let's say 200. That's 200 a month clicking on your ad, or clicking on your link, to read about coat versus jacket. Of that 200, let's say just a few people are interested in actually getting a coat or a jacket. But that's just it. I mean, they're reading about this, so some percentage of them must be. I don't care if you want to say like 5% out of 200. So it would be like 10 people a month that would want to click your ad in the page that describes coat versus jacket. What is a coat? What is a jacket? And so on. So if you had the page that broke down the difference between a coat and a jacket, told the history, it told the usage in different languages and how the terms came about and why we've come up with coat and jacket and how it's used in different places, none of which you would know the answer to. You wouldn't write the page from your own head. We'd have GPT write the page for us because GPT's an expert at everything and it knows, and we get to tell it and it'll create it for us. Okay? So you can win the keyword. It's a very low difficulty. You have to have some other websites backlinking you though. So you need to have a domain rating high enough to win the keyword. What do we usually say? Take the keyword difficulty and equivocate it to domain rating. Now it's an odd scale, but I usually say if your domain rating is in the neighborhood of 50, then you can get anything up to about a 30, 35 for keyword difficulty, okay? Usually your domain rating needs to be higher than the keyword difficulty, okay? So, and that's what they say here. You need backlinks from about 5 websites to rank in the top 10 for this keyword. So 5 websites will probably put you around number 9 or 10. What about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 websites though? Oh, that'll probably drive you up to the top. That way you can get more of the search traffic so you can have more of the clicks, which is suddenly worth money because some percentage of them are going to be in the market. Who knows how many, but some percentage, right? So when you throw ads, you start doing the math on people clicking through, there you go. You get your answers really, really fast, right? But that's one keyword. You're not putting like a month of your life into one keyword. You're going to be showing up for 10,000 keywords. So we're just going to do the assembled math all at once. Show me the top keywords, the top performers, top clicks per keyword, and we'll get our answers just like that. Okay. So by casting that net wide this way, we get to actually win in that arena. Okay. So you need about 5 websites backlinking your website. So if your website is domain.com, you need domaina.com to go, hey, you should visit domain.com, or here's a link to domain.com. And you need domainb.com to go, hey, you should go see domain.com. And domain C says the same thing. Domain D and domain E all say it too. Now, maybe they reference each other. Maybe they reference other sites as well. Maybe one of them's a directory. But you need at least like 5 websites saying you, okay, which we do around here. We create the websites that backlink the websites that we want. We create the whole structure. Okay, so good volume, very low keyword difficulty for that keyword, okay? So you kind of know what you need to rank. If you make a website, you won't rank for it unless you get the backlink. So here's a harder one, a lot harder. Keyword difficulty of 45, okay? And that is the keyword actually. Keyword difficulty. Who looks up keyword difficulty? Guys with websites, guys trying to understand SEO. When you think 3%, 17%, 20%, they either heard the term in the 20% arena and they're like, what is that? Or they've actually learned and researched and they've gotten up into that 3%. Some of them are in the 20%, some are in the 13% going, I think I know I need to learn about keyword difficulty now, right? They specifically understand that they need to learn about keyword difficulty. They're reviewing what it is, okay? And so those guys, most of them are in my market, aren't they? It's fewer searches because it's a techie sort of thing, right? Not like coat versus jacket. But what do you want to bet? That for the people who are doing these searches, these guys are really, really close to buying something. If you teach them the answer to keyword difficulty and then you teach them the answer to domain rating, then you suggest how your tools take care of both. Click here to learn more, click here to schedule a call. You can get a lot of money out of a few people, right? Naturally, because they're in market. They want to spend their money on those tools. They're looking for it, okay? And yet, it's not a buyer keyword, although it is. It's a buyer keyword in the market of those of us who know. And so it is a high keyword difficulty. Shouldn't have said it's not a buyer keyword. It's inevitably a buyer keyword. Okay, you need backlinks from like 68 websites to rank in the top 10 for this, right? Domain A, B, C, D, E, F, G goes all the way through Z, and then you get domain AA, domain AB, domain AC. We do that here. I'm building right now 500 websites that you can get backlinks from in order to compete for whatever you want. All right. So now that we understand this concept that every keyword has a keyword difficulty score, and over time scores tend to rise, and the ones that lead to money tend to stay higher. They almost never float down again. They become more and more known, more and more competitive with time. Okay, but there are a tremendous number of keywords in every industry, and when you go look them up, a lot of them the keyword difficulty is low. If you wonder why, it's because when people don't create new content for particular keywords, then the results get stagnant in the Google index. Everything in the Google index at the top is old content, so to speak. Or you just hear somebody sort of put out a tiny little page that's not very good and nobody else does for a long time. Then the keyword difficulty drops again. Okay, so it's true that difficulties can rise and stick while other ones can rise and drop. And so you always just look up the current chart, the one for today, the one you're going to leap in and take over, right? And you can ride that thing, okay? And you can always add to it. Anyway, now that I've made these points, let me go and do this really, really fast. So I want to make this really, really clear. I can look up okay, I want to make it clear this way. Here's a website called website-installer.com. And if we were to look for the domain rating of website-installer.com, because do you know what Website Installer is? The techie stuff, okay? It sells websites that help you with keyword difficulty. We've got a domain rating of 75, which is huge. And these are 70 linking websites, which are quality. We know it because the domain rating and the linking websites, this is like trust flow and citation flow match, right? It's like 70 to 70, right? It's like perfect. It means probably every one of those 70 is contributing value to this 75 score here. Nothing to bother expunging. No reason to disavow any of the links. Doesn't mean it's perfect that way. No, I might be able to get rid of like 3 or 4 websites in here and still have a 75 rating. But I don't have any problem with 70 backlinking websites. There's no spam in 6,000 backlinks. That's not spammy. Okay, 75 for the domain rating, 70 backlinking websites. Do I think I could rank for keyword difficulty? Yes. So I know whether my rating's high enough to attack keywords at that level. I can rank for 1,000 keywords that have a keyword difficulty of 45 in the top 10 for those thousands if I create good content pages for them on this website because of its domain rating. And as long as it's related to the niche. If I write a page that has nothing to do with websites or SEO or even webcams and stuff. You know, those are all related. But if I write a web page about how to care for your golden retriever puppy, I'm probably not going to be that competitive, right? Because there's no relationship there. But anything within my industry where a bunch of my pages are all about the same stuff, this domain rating is huge, right? And so I can rank for a lot of keywords if I go after it. Okay, now let me compare that to this. Say we wanted to rank for coat versus jacket. Do you remember that? A keyword difficulty of 4. So say I'm going to take this new website here and build it up. I'm going to trade out the logo. This is all just dummy template stuff. Trade out the images, maybe change the color schemes, and make this all about apparel or style or the latest fashion, you know, something like that. So I justify having a page about coat versus jacket. Okay? Now, can that website, that's this one here, this 9rmoto.com, it's actually what it is. Can I rank for a keyword difficulty of 4? Let's see. No, I can't, can I? Because it's a brand new website. And even if, and it is in our case a brand new website, not used before. But if I get out of the sandbox, if I actually push these scores up, then I can do it. But I need the domain name to be at least a year old, right? That's why you want to get these pre-owned domains, okay? Domains that expired, that were owned before. But you get it? We can see now, can this website rank for keyword difficulty? Yes, because we know the domain rating is 75, the keyword difficulty is 45. It's the same industry, ergo, yes, we can. We can compete for the top 10. If we write a decent page that competes with the other pages in the top 10, if we add some charts and stuff and some references to it, we have the right to compete for it. But can this, if we change it out for fashion and apparel, rank for the keyword difficulty of 4 for coat versus jacket? No, we cannot rank for it in the top 10. We won't get there. Even if we create perfect pages about coat versus jacket. If we create a perfect page and add charts and external references and everything, and show a lot of pictures, we don't deserve it because our domain rating is 0 and the keyword difficulty is 4, which is way higher than 0, infinitely higher. So yeah, we can't earn it until we get off the ground, right? Now that we know that, we can think. How do you drive up domain rating? You backlink the website with other websites. See, nobody's talking about 9rmoto.com out there on the internet, and I don't blame them. Look at it. It's not ready for the public. There's nothing to say. There's no reason to send someone here. It's just a template that hasn't been released yet, right? So when other websites are going, wow, you should check this one out along your journey, okay? When that time should come, then our domain rating goes up, and then we have the right to start ranking for keywords on the top 10. All right. How do you check whether you can find a bunch of keywords fast that are low-hanging fruit within a range you find you can hit? Like say we look up our domain rating, and say the domain rating is like a 25 or a 20. Okay, great. And it's in the landscaping or home and garden industry. Great. I'm going to come here and I'm going to look up landscaping. Okay, SpyFu is one of my favorite tools. We helped this company form. I don't know if you know. Not legally or formally. It's just that the work they did for us gave them the idea. It was part of their idea for SpyFu because we pushed them on big data, and then they saw they could handle big data. They never did it before. They did web macros. They did Web Scraper Plus. Some of you guys have been around long enough to remember those. WSP, all that stuff from TFAN, the final answer now when we did that. Anyway, they're awesome these days, like a competitor to Moz. So there are a lot of tools you could use. You could use Moz, you could use Ahrefs, you could use SpyFu. I'm just using this because it's really, really quick and easy. All right, so landscaping's got all these terms. I can write about a lot of them so I can put my ads on the pages. That's the only reason I would do it, is people are coming to these keywords. So I want to put my ads on the pages. Now, which keywords can I not really write about? Anything with near me. Near me, I want to exclude that because I don't have lists of landscaping near me solutions. So I'm going to ignore that facet of the traffic. Okay, I can write about the rest of this stuff. Now, here's the thing though. Keyword difficulty of 73, 68, I can't compete for those. My website rating is a 25, remember? We've got maybe 40 websites mentioning us so far, and Ahrefs tracked that and told us 25. So I'm going to take a keyword difficulty. I'm going to bring that puppy down to like 15 at the max, right? So anything to 15, along with excluding the near me. Apply that. Okay. Oh, this is getting a lot better. Now I'm looking for like some company names I might want to get rid of, although it doesn't really matter. If I write some pages for some company names, you know, Menards and Lowe's and other companies, that's actually going to be good because GPT doesn't put people down unless we ask it to, and we're not asking it to. So anything and everything it knows about any of those companies is just going to be a benefit to the company, but that makes us look good too. Okay, I do see Home Depot in here. Say I wanted to get rid of it. I could do that. I could say exclude Home Depot, and I could put a comma and say Walmart, or not Walmart, but Lowe's. You know, I can do that. And I'll just say, just get rid of them. And it's still telling me what's going on, right? Now, you might think, didn't I chop it all way down? And the answer is, I still have 9,640 keywords that I'm able to write for. I'm not even going to write that much material, really. At least, I mean, I could by making pages that can work for lots of keywords at once. That's what the other guys are doing. We've done videos on that. Table of contents and stuff, automated tools that we have help one web page rank for like 120 keywords, okay? So to rank for all these keywords, we would rank, you know, we would really just have to write like 200 pages, okay? No big deal. Now, it's a huge amount of volume though, 471,000, okay? So that's crazy. What I would do is pick from the top volume. So let me also do this. I want to get rid of low-end search volume. Anything from 5 and up. Otherwise, we could be writing for keywords that have no traffic, okay? And I'm just going to apply. I just want to see what it does here. Isn't that neat? It dropped off 4,000 keywords we don't need, even though the volume's the same, basically. Get it? So there are 4,000 keywords we're not going to waste our time on unless they turn out to be topical content later, topical authority stuff or content gap stuff. We can deal with it later. Look at this. If I just chose the top 100 keywords to write about, I can add up the potential volume I can capture from the fact that the keyword difficulty is all within reach. Do you get it? This is called casting a net wide. Smartly. You know the keywords you're going for are able to be won and that they have enough traffic to make it worth your time to get GPT to write a page about that and write a page about that and write a page about that and write a page about that, except that I get rid of Staples unless I want. I mean, the reality check is, do I need to get rid of Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff? No, I was just showing you filtering concepts. If I write about them, that gives me more authority on my website because Google would say, oh, you know who Home Depot is. You know who Lowe's is. You know who Staples is. So that just adds authority to my website. I'm writing about the known things out there. And it's okay because I can still have my ads in the middle of the page to those specific things that pay me, right? I want the traffic. I want general information websites and then put my ads in the middle of them. What is an ad when I say put my ad in? Does it mean you have to pay money for it? No. It's just a clickable image that goes to your link. And then in our case, we made it possible to optionally write wording above it and below it to help really draw attention to it and get people to want to click it. But that's it. All an ad is an image that says, hey, you should check this out. Click here, click now, whatever. Get the 10% off. Click here, and it goes to your link, right? We automatically can put them into these pages for you when the website's done. Okay? Your website can carry your ads to your products. right? Even if the website itself isn't your company at all. It acts like a third-party website just teaching people stuff about a bunch of keywords, which, by the way, we can export. Copy the keywords to the clipboard. Say I only want the top 100. Then I'll say, show me the top 100. And that way, when I copy the keywords to the clipboard, it will copy those top 100, which I sorted by. Maybe I sorted by keyword difficulty to get it either high like that or low like this. Woo, okay, these are the easiest keyword difficulties. I have the greatest chance of showing up for these keywords with minimal effort. And I can add up all this volume of what's being searched. Doesn't mean these many people will click on my website. Maybe a tenth of them will. But that's a lot of people, man, when you show up for 100 keywords like that. So if I write for 100 keywords, I can capture all this volume, and it's almost going to be too stupid easy to do because the keyword difficulty is so low. Say my other strategy was, nope, I want to maximize volume. Arr, okay, so it's going to be higher keyword difficulties are showing up right in the beginning. But look at that, volume's off the charts. 5,700, 2,300, 2,100, 1,800, 1,700. So you know what? Cool. I can do some of these, some of the other, or all of it together. It's actually mixed already with the keyword difficulty, all up and down the charts. And the numbers are still so good anyway that this is probably the better option, right? To get the most total traffic and rank the highest on the most total keywords. But now you can understand. With a keyword difficulty of 11, yeah, that much traffic comes. I can be in the top 10, but I might be like number 8, 9, or 10. So the PPC value, the SEO click value, is lower for the number of clicks. But for keyword difficulty around, let's say a 6, okay, 930 people come to that, okay. But for a 6, I could be in the top 3 instead of the bottom of the page. I could be at the top of the page. So if I'm at the top of the page, the value of these clicks, it's fewer clicks, but the value is higher. Half the clicks are worth 4 times the money, kind of thing, right? Does that make sense? Every keyword where you land is calculated according to your rank on that keyword, and that's where the value comes from, the SEO clicks value, what it would cost a company to pay per click. All right, you get the idea? You're starting to see that this can be mapped. Now, if I were to take this and just copy the keywords, I can paste it into Excel, which leads me to the next video. And that's where we're going to talk about how we can run this town. Okay, I hope you're excited. I'm so happy that we're there now.